as a non-clinician peer and recovery coach, what I've experienced or what I've seen is that I believe there's a fundamental difference between the way that you serve an individual who sadly and unfortunately didn't have an experience growing up to really develop the strong foundation for mental and emotional well-being. These are a lot of the individuals that we see that are involved in the justice system or involved in treatment and struggle with substances or behaviors. And a lot of it stems back to the either early experiences or traumas that happened during their developmental years that really prevented them the opportunity to develop that strong foundation of self-worth, of meaning, of value. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges that we see. And the symptoms that we see specifically with the veteran population is low engagement, low follow through, not seeming to get the same outcomes from the same programs that their non-veteran counterparts do. And I think this stems back to primarily programs that are not designed through the lens of the veteran's lived experience. Therefore, what they're provided in these treatments or in these programs or these support groups doesn't map to what they're experiencing and the unique challenges that they're trying to overcome. So I think this is a major gap between the support and the care that's offered to veterans and the reason that we're not seeing, better outcomes with these individuals. There's some really unique that's the major challenge, but also through that veteran experience, there's some unique opportunities when you're supporting veterans to help reconnect them with who they knew themselves to be in their adult life that can provide better outcomes and opportunities that you also don't have with the population, the common population that struggles. So what I see a lot of veterans is maybe they get involved in treatment, but they're put into the same IOPs and the same, inpatient facilities. And they're like, man, the stuff that's coming up in these groups or the things that my clinician is trying to address with me, these don't feel authentic to me. It doesn't really resonate with what I've experienced and what I know and the things that I'm trying to overcome. So for no other reason, I think we can greatly increase the positive outcomes if we first look at and then take all of the beautiful wisdom and all the modalities that are out there, but we need to learn how to map that to the veteran's experience if we want to help the veteran get the better outcomes. And that's really what I'm working for with my curriculum and program. It's really designed as a complement to clinical care, but it's an opportunity to provide some information, some insight, some positive psychology interventions to the veteran population that really talks about their experience. It maps to that loss that they experienced when they transitioned out. It helps them map who they are today back to who they knew themselves to be and translate some of those strengths and the abilities and the capacities that they had while they were in uniform, help map that to their civilian experience so that they can, reconnect with that identity or a different version of that positive identity instead of just seeing themselves through the lenses of their defects and their weaknesses and their struggles and the obstacles that they're trying to overcome.